Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to draw this cute girl using two default brushes in Procreate. Let's get started. So here I already have a sketch that I drew using the 6B pencil from Procreate. You can draw whatever you like. And now we are going to, I have to combine my sketch layer and create a new layer and move it to the bottom and label it color. And then I'm just going to create an extra layer for later. And then we're going to color in her skin using the dry ink brush. The dry ink brush can be found in the inking category. And now we're just going to color in all of the skin that's showing and in a very gentle manner. And now we're going to bring down that other layer, color, labeled color, on the bottom. And on that layer, the color, we are going to select a darker color this time and use a studio pen to go over what we just colored. So we're going to color over her face, neck, hand, and her legs where we just colored. And by doing so, we will see some type of a texture coming up, but because it's the color of her skin, it's very hard to see at this point. But if we use something a lot more darker, we will see more texture come up. So we've just created a new layer for her dress, and again with the dry ink brush, I'm coloring over her dress with very light strokes. We are now going to create a new layer for the dress and move it below the dress, and then use a studio pen. Choose a darker blue and go over the dress area once more, and you will see new textures come up. I actually regret using this blue because the textures are not showing up that well, so I encourage you guys to use bold colors, and so that by doing so, you can see the texture come up more. Now let's create a new layer for her hair, and we are going to use the same method again. We are going to start with the dry ink brush on one layer, and then on the layer below, we're going to use the studio pen to bring out those textures. It's basically rinse and repeat, and it's very easy because we're only using two brushes. At this point, I think the color scheme that I used makes this piece look a little bit like those modern art prints. What do you guys think? We're going to create another layer now, and we're going to color the chair, again using the dry ink. Personally, I think the texture that we are creating using these two brushes can be really useful for like children's illustrations, because I think this type of a texture goes well with like cute animals and little characters. So I hope you guys try it out that way and let me know how it goes. And now we are going to color in the legs. I've created a new layer for that, and I hope you guys are not bored. Now, this step is totally optional. I'm going to use my own watercolor 101 brush set and use a basic blender from that kit to blend out the legs of the chair. Now we're going to create a new layer on top of the sketch layer and use my watercolor brush again. For you, you don't have to use this. You can use the same dry ink brush, and we are going to color in some cheeks. The reason why I'm using the watercolor brush is because I am trying to create more of a translucent look on her face, as well as with the shadows that I'm creating. And by using the watercolor brush, you can blend it in with the blender and get rid of any solid lines that look really harsh. But I still think that the dry ink brush will be great because it will then make the drawing look a lot more solid and consistent. Here I'm going to create another layer to draw in her lips and color in her eyes. Let's choose a rosy pink for her lips. Ooh, that doesn't look right. Now I'm going to add in some final touches and add in shadows wherever it's needed. So for example, create a layer on top of the dress and then, draw in some shadows using my watercolor brush and then blending it in with the basic blender. You don't have to be so concise with the shadows because this is a fun drawing, and because we don't have a reference point, it's just really difficult to see where the shadows are. So I'm just going to do my best on where I think they will be. So I've just added in some final touches to her hair, and I think she looks pretty much done at this point. So here's a before and after. I still like the sketch better than the colored version. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. See you next time!